we're live. Hold on 1 second. Let me kind of set the phone back up. I was messing around. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Friday then. Saturday, Sunday. What? What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sibyl. I am your messenger of God, first child of God, the Lilith, reincarnated. In order to keep up with me and know what's in front of you, you would have seen last night's late video where I was being silly. How'd that play out? It played out quite lovely. Realistically, yeah. We didn't talk about this card, and this card led to another card, which leads to another card, and then there we go. Where are we at? I sat down and I did my housing choices and options, and I settled, I think, on one. The only thing I'm doing right now is I'm researching the school and doing stuff like that. Why there? That is absolutely not where you said you were going to go. I know. I didn't know where I was going to go. But that location, just by definition, not so much the neighborhood, it used to be really sketchy. That was like super sketch neighborhood. For real? Well, you think about it, yeah, Colfax and fucking Sheridan, there's all kinds of fucking memes about that kind of neighborhood. Depending on what part you're at, yeah, that shit used to be super sketch. But the city bought all that shit up and it totally gentrified it and did all kinds of, redevelopment and shit. So it's changed, but there's still those little pockets of fucking funness, those little juicy pockets of darkness. And don't ever go do nothing in that lake. Good Lord. That is not for baptisms. You will die in that. That is a pool of blood. Really? I mean, whatever. At your own risk, I would say. But on the other side, there's postcards and beautiful fucking pictures, and it's very spiritual and lovely over there. Really, yeah, it's very upbeat. It's right in the middle of town. It's literally right in the middle of all bullshit. Realistically, yeah. Last time I was over in that area, I was driving Lyft, and I dropped someone off. Literally, there's new developments right there on the hill of Sheridan and Colfax, like if you're going down towards Sloan's Lake. And those buildings that look over, just from right there, that look over onto Sloan's Lake, he was telling me it's like $3,000. Now, his building has a fucking gym and all that crazy shit because they built the building for all of that. But it's like so crazy to think about. You're in Crackhead Central paying that kind of that's a crackhead move in Crackhead Central. They don't know, you know what I mean? New people don't know the history. Like, they think the Rhino is the coolest. And I'm like, oh, the filth of 5 points. Like, really? Yeah, it does. It never turned over in my sense. I have childhood wounds of this neighborhood. Like, ew. No. Really? I mean, I guess Marshall describes it in his little 8 mile. There's a couple more miles to our little blocks. But going back to it, yeah, why there? I don't know. It was an option. There was it was funny too. Another option was something tucked away in like a duplex, where it was the top level of a duplex and it was a hidden little, hidden over there in Lakewood and shit. There was that idea. There was a couple of ideas, but this one came with washer and dryer and awesome location. The only thing I didn't care for 100% is it's all hardwood floor, but we could throw some carpets in there and voila, me and my carpetas. It has, just like every building that does have over there, it has a rooftop, whatever they call them, patio for everyone to enjoy so that you can enjoy the views of the neighborhood. There's pretty great food over there and stuff like that, so I was just trying to check out the high schools and stuff like that. I was trying to really lower that down. It's like, what kind of kids are going to, what side of the neighborhood, what side of the tracks are my kids going to be at for high school? It's not too unfamiliar because last year when I was staying in the, through this program, I was staying I told the whole story. I was staying in a hotel. They placed me in a hotel that was over there by the Broncos Stadium. So it's all of that area. It's in walking distance to all the stadiums. It's like in fucking crazy central. Plus, Federal's right there, dude, and there's all the fucking, you know what I mean, all the vitality. And realistically, as what I am as a spiritual, you know what I mean, cleaner and earth cleaner and shit like that, to plant me in the ground like that and have me totally fucking saging that whole fucking, you know, I have a 3-mile radius in general now. Realistically, yeah, so I can do so much ancient cleansing of Denver, you know what I mean, from the very tip of it. Yeah, not to mention it's just great. I'll have a lake to look at and the mountains. It's in the middle of everything. Really? I swear. It's a pretty cool idea. So I checked that out, and we're supposed to, unfortunately, because of my schedule, not hers, I can't do any of this shit till next week. Really? Yeah. Because I don't get off, you know, I can't do that shit, bro. Realistically, I don't overdo it. So we're going to go and do the viewing, and as long as I like it, we'll do the application process and all of that shit next week. What do I got to do? I got to figure out who the fuck is my caseworker here and how I start accessing this fucking money. Oh, the most amazing thing. And I told you there were signs of it. It just was unbelievable. Dude, God did some unbelievable shit my whole journey, but this one is pretty unbelievable. What is it? There's absolutely no record of me getting an eviction. Other than the fact that I have the videos to prove that the fucking sheriffs came, I went to court, all this happened, there's no proof of it. Not on my fucking credit. Isn't that amazing? I was so afraid of that. I was mad at God at that because I had just survived one. I had an eviction that I got in fucking Thornton. I just ran away. I broke my lease. I ran away and moved to fucking, oh fuck, where'd I go that time? I think I was in fucking Virginia. Leedsburg, Virginia, right outside of DC. Don't ask. It was a dumb thing. And then I ended up in some small town in Indiana. And I worked at a pizza joint that I can't remember the name of the town, but I know the people I stayed with worked at the college that was in that town. Fuck, my memories are so twisted, sister. Anyways, where was I going with that story? I don't remember. See, can't start going backwards. I can't stay focused on the forwards. We were talking about moving. Leedsburg. Where did all this come? Oh, my eviction. I just left my apartment. It was like they were leaving, and then it's like at the last minute they're like, "Come with us. Come. I'm moving to the East Coast. Come with me. My mom's got a brand new place." Oh God. Okay, and I just did. And so I had an eviction, and when I got back to Colorado, I had a bucket full of money. And it was enough to move me in anywhere, and I could get any job. But when I had that eviction, after the fucking boom that happened, after the marijuana boom that happened in Colorado, people started moving here. So that's when the market changed, and they became like really strict about, you know, your background. You had to have a great credit, and you had to make 3 times this. And anywhere you go, dude, they see that eviction, and they're like, So that thing was the scarlet letter. It put me into homelessness. I could blame it on that. I really could have, because I had the money. It was that put me into homelessness. And that was the whole reason, because I had a fucking eviction. So when this happened to me, I was so mad at God, bro. But I trusted him. And I don't have an eviction. Meaning I could go and rent anywhere. And that's what they had to make sure, is I could rent anywhere. Because when you have, you know what I mean, past due monies, or you have felonies, or you have fucking low credit, and this, that, and the other, they won't fuck with you. So that was cool. Realistically, yeah. My dad lived in that area. He lived on the other side on 26th, I think it was. There's amazing fucking, oh God, don't get me started on the cemeteries and shit that I go over and praise. The witchcraft store, there's all kinds of shit, bro. It's like, they got great food. That's where people go to the pubs and shit like that, dude. As much as me being a freak, right, and doing midnight shit, dude, there's a lake right there where all the fuck, it's the perfect place. It's like living next to the beach, bro. Instead of having to go sit in my car, I could go to the lake. You're like, that's dangerous. I'm dangerous. Quit playing around. All right, expansion in your life. Card number 3 links to the planet Jupiter. Growth, abundance, blessings, and unlimited resources. Bro, I'm expanding. I'm in total this. That's where this came from. Empress mode. I'm daydreaming of my new life, so it's creating much quicker than I can think of. So now that I've seen the interior of it, she showed me what it looked like. Now I'm thinking about, you know what I mean? You create it with your mind, the blueprint of your mind, and then you put it on the paper, and then it becomes. So right now, what do I gotta do? I gotta fucking start packing, to be honest. That's what I realized when I opened my junk drawer. I'm looking around at all this shit, and I'm like, I'm not taking any of this shit. Really? No. I have to let go of as much as I can. Because I'll have money to buy new clothes. I really will. I'll have what I need. And that's what she said too. And I was like, you know, my job situation, you know, I asked about the rent, because she was showing me other ones. They weren't as bad as people said. She found a few of them that were like less than $2,000, like $1,700 for 3 bedrooms. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I thought it was a lot worse. And that's what you always do. You always think it's so much worse than it is. Anyways, realistically, yeah, 2 is cool. 3 was scary. It's like, whoa, that's a scary number. Can we mess with that number a little bit? Is that flexible? So then she finds out the one that they have is set up just like fucking Morgan's. Morgan's has affordable, and then it has subsidized. It's part of the city. So depending on my application, I could either qualify for motherfucking-dized that goes off my income, or I could go for, they'll just give me affordable, which is affordable based on my income, meaning it's a flat, you know, it still won't be more than, it's a long story. Don't get me into this, how this works, the market works when we're talking these prices. It's 50 to 70% below the medium, and the medium, it changes every year. How do you know all this shit? Because I went to fucking court on this shit. They were overcharging me rent and low income, and for months, for years. Why? Because I had a job, and they were using the money. I promise I proved this shit. Anyways, going back to it. I'm such a whistleblower. Blow the whistle. Boop, boop. Sorry. Anyways, so I was talking about my income. I was like, my income's temporary. I was like, so do I need to bring it? It's like, just bring it in case. I was like, so you move them in with no income? She's like, yeah. I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, forgive me. She's like, so this comes out. If I call you a bitch, it just means I'm excited. It's like, yeah, I'd be like, shut up, bitch. She started laughing. I was like, I get a little too excited. Really? Yeah, so I was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, it didn't even matter if I had income. So, I'd rather go in there that I don't have income, because it's going to cease to fucking now, to be honest about it, that I have lost income. Then so shall it be. Why? Because the rent will be based off my welfare check, bitches. Do the math. And that rent won't change until I get more. And they only expect... God is so fucking glorious. Really? Yeah, there's some taxpayer that's really mad at me right now. Hey, I filed my taxes. I'm waiting on mine. Shut up. I'm a hardworking person. I work for God, and that just simply pays more. It costs more too, though. I just want to tell you that. Sorry, I'm full of life. It's very Jupiterian of me. Really? Yeah, and I got my $1 billion fucking lotto ticket in my fucking pocket. I'm gonna be a billionaire. So fucking bad. And none of this is actually gonna happen. I'm not even gonna make it to that house. I'm gonna have to go find a new house. I'm gonna run away to the motherfucking woods until, like, summertime. Sorry. I could. I might. I told you I would. What is she gonna do? I told you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be hiding in the fucking woods for a while. Fucking putting together the blueprint of life. This energy of creativity is here to help change and improve our lives. If I don't, then I still have a great life. I'm a billionaire with or have. I'm a little too full of myself. It just happens. It's like a Thursday energy, but it's not Thursday. It's whatever day you want it to be. It should be a Friday where you're facing fucking scares, or you're facing fucking towers. I was scared at a minute because I remembered that neighborhood. I have memories of doing cocaine in that neighborhood. I have memories of my mom going to that park and doing cocaine as I was a child. Like, yeah, I have bad memories everywhere. We create new ones, my friends. New ones. It's a great place to walk your dog. Too bad my dog doesn't walk. Fucking dog. Gets on my nerves. I have a dog, by the way. It just doesn't walk. Really? No. She's an emotional support animal. Meaning, I feel like she needs your emotional support more than you need hers, but she comes to emotionally support you. It's an equal give and take of she wants to love you and she wants you to love her back. She reflects her owner, I suppose, in that way. The energy of creation is here to help you change and improve your life. Sparks of creative light that can be sent out and brought back manifest as something tangible and real. I said this yesterday with this. It's like, bro, I'm so full of love that I'm calling in the highest levels of love. I'm like, I wanna love you, but not from a bad place. Like, I'm gonna love the shit out of you. Really? Yeah, it's that dangerous type of, oh my God, let me at him. So like Pepe Le Pew type love. Like, oh God, get her off me. Woman, I haven't slept. You don't need to sleep. Sleep when you're dead. Come here, I want to love your body. I said something funny like that once. I just want to make love to your body. I'm really full of love when I let it out. Alright. The flower of life shown here is a sacred symbol that assists you with creating. Every action, thought, and deed is boosted by focusing on the geometry and the energy, helping you kickstart, expand, and grow anything we want. If I want it, I can have it. I want it. If I want you, I should be able to have you whenever I want. Think about that. As if it's a person, a place, or thing. If I want it bad enough from my heart, then I shall be able to have it. Is it going to take a little bit of work? Yes. On my part, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Focusing on the image alone will bring healing to any block that prevents us from being so. Draw the energy of the flower of life into your sacral chakra. Where's that, dude? It's in my fucking loins. I told you, right there. That's why they started a period. They flew everything out so they could build it up. I'm building new life inside of me. Really? Yeah. It's kind of coming off as a little bit of sexual energy. I've never experienced this during a period. A little turned on about life and everything, but that's where it all comes from. You're birthing. That's this. I told you. Really? Yeah, it's not always a baby, but it can be. Be careful. This could be I can create life inside of my womb with just the very thought of it. Really? I mean, sort of. And let it encourage this center within you to get this creative juices flowing again. That's that sexual energy. That's that creative energy. If you're not wasting it on a person, giving them this creative energy, but it's still, you're excited, and you can use sex magic in such ways. But you can use just the magic of the turn on, you know what I mean, of that expression. Realistically, there's so much that I'm learning about it. I'll tell you, I'll write a book when I figure it all out. I don't have the full experience with the partner and all of that, but I'm telling you, and that's what I said. I was like, what happened? Do you want to know the truth in the most simplistic form? Let me clear my chakra for this one. By giving my love in the form of sex to Bobby, I manifested all of this off of that experience of love. Now, keep in mind, I had the thought of having all of this with him during that experience, and that's where it came from. My love for him became something in my life. Even if he's not there to be part of it, it brought it into my life. The imagination that I get when I'm in love creates real shit real fast, in real time. You have to allow yourself to love. Like, you don't allow yourself to imagine what it would be with that person. I never imagined it. I just always thought it would never happen. And you have to watch the whole fucking spiel to see how it happened. It wasn't just the sex that made me have this imagination. It's what happened after. The thoughts that happened after. I started thinking about what it was going to be. I kept asking him to be my husband, but I didn't see us in that role. So I started manifesting it, and I started understanding that I needed to have a home and be that woman, and if I wanted to have that man, and that I needed to bring that role into life. And it happened. You could say it happened for him, but it happened for the love I had for him. And he's not the only one, but it's like that love. If I give into this love, it can create unbelievable things. If we sit together and love and think about just the idea of us having an adventure, it's like, imagine what it would be like if we went to Spain. What would we do if we were in Spain, my love? And we both sit there and we start thinking about it. It will come to us. We will have, before we know it, we'll have tickets to Spain and everything that we imagined, because we were sitting in there in love, thinking about how we could have a lovely time. It's that simple. But it has to be done out of love and with someone you love, and it has to be based out of love. That's why you guys can't manifest so simply. It comes from your heart, not from your mind's desire. It's a heart's desire that creates all this. Really? It starts in your heart, and it works down, right? The heart fuels it. No, it's all of the chakras, because you get the idea from your crown. You see it with your eyes. You speak it with your mouth. Your heart starts fueling it with excitement. You believe in all of the greatness through your solar plexus. You feel the pleasure and the desire to do it. And then somehow you start looking it up. You start taking action. You start bringing it in by looking up tickets and seeing if that's a thing. Like, where do people stay and how much does it cost? How long is a flight? You start bringing it in. How long does it take? Depends on how much your energy you're putting on it. How often you think about it. How often you start manifesting it. What steps you take to bring it in. You're not chasing, you're attracting. And you have to do the minimal thing. So if I want to spend tonight with you, what do I got to do? Do I have to chase you? Do I have to seduce you? Do I have to beg you? Or do I have to be honest in love and just attract it? Give out love, saying what I want from my heart, and attract it back. Now, if it doesn't come back, is that because my manifestations didn't work? No, it's because the other person has blockages. That's all that means. The free will is a little bit harder to deal with. But things outside that's not free, that you can will because of the power that's in you and in it, when you understand this, oh man. But that's why people envy me. They want my power to manifest, so that it's like, if I had her power, I could do that. I don't want it. I have to want it. I have to actually want it. If I want it. And that's what's so creative about my twin flames. They make me want a different life. They make me imagine things that I never wanted before. Really? Yeah. And that love for wanting something more is what creates more in my life. Want not, get not. If you don't want shit, you're not going to get shit. Really? Yeah, if you're content with the way shit is, then you're just content with it. And that's where I get too content, and God's got to shake the tree. It's like, if you don't get rid of this, then you're never going to have nothing new. You're just content with what you have. I usually am. I've learned to be humble and grateful. So there it eliminates the wants. I'm full. Only if I create space do I need something, and then that gives him an opportunity to give me new things. Really? Yeah, I don't hoard. I don't go looking. I don't go scavenging. I have to have a need or a want. And because I'm grateful for God and understanding, I don't need, and that's what I said, I don't need a house. I didn't need a job. I don't want it. When I need it or want it, God will give it to me. He'll give me the need and the want, and that's it. You know, it's just knowing where desire comes from and how to use it. All right, anyways, there is no limit to what we are capable of creating. We are master creators, able to manifest whatever we set our minds to. And yet, Archangel Metatron reminds us that we have to create with our hearts as well as our minds. It's all about him. He's the beginning of creation. I spent all summer with him. You're gonna have to go back and catch some of those videos. There's no limit to it, blah, blah, blah. Our minds only know what they have already experienced. That's it. That's the difference. You want something that you've already had or that other people have. Your heart makes you want something you've never had before and that it's a little scary. Something you never considered. Something you're a little bit afraid of. Something you may have wanted but never actually thought about. Like, I love to go to Sloan's Lake. When I got back and I finally saw Bobby for the first time, I met him at Sloan's Lake. Again, my dad used to live over there. I have memories of Sloan's Lake. Really? My oldest kids were in kindergarten and first grade over there. I'd walk up and down those streets. They have the tiniest little library hidden over there, and it's right next to this goofy-ass police. I was like, dude, my car has to be legit. I cannot take this fucking car. I will get pulled over. They will take my car as soon as I move over there. For real, I got to do something immediately about the car. It's not just Denver police right there that you have all around there. Then you have Edgewater. Edgewater is so tiny. It's literally 14 blocks. What is it? It's between Sloan's Lake and I don't even think it goes as far as Wadsworth. Really? So tiny. So tiny. But they have everything right there. They have the Target. They have the King Supers. They have fucking everything. Dude, I even think they have like I can't remember, a rainbow fucking clothing. You remember those? Those are like Cali bound, dude. That's so fucking Cali bound. Really? It's a great little clothing store when you're young and dumb and fun. There's all kinds of shit over there. Really? Yeah. The heart can lead us on a path to bigger things not yet imagined. The heart will also manifest for the greatest good of all, something of worth, of beauty, of wisdom, and of love. This in turn produces abundance. And that's it. If I went back to Lyft, bro, I'd be busy all the time. All I have to do, and that's what I did down there. I would just turn it on and have rides all the time. Really? All the fucking time. If you are lacking this now, take a moment to absorb. And because it's been genderfied, the people that live there are more middle class and upper. Really? And they're all transplants. They live there. They're all business socialites. They're like empty nesters and shit like that. Young business types. Take a moment to observe your patterns and thoughts around wealth, happiness, and prosperity. And that's it too, is like I had to keep that in mind. It's like no matter what it costs, because God's going to pay for this. And then he shows me that I was like the one I happened to choose. We didn't go by that. I was like, well, what's the rent? She's like, well, I just took someone over there and I found that it's sliding scale based on your application. I was like, what? Changing your thought changes the outcome, but you have to create that shift within you and put it to action. You just have to change the narrative. You have to change your thoughts, and that's what changes, you know what I mean, your direction and your reality. But and like on a day like today, Fridays are meant to do that. You get a higher perception. God gives you a different view of things, and he asks you to act in this view, which is basically to detach from something. Detachment, like I just said, when you let go of this, you create a space for him to work in your life. I had to let go of everything for him to be able to work everything in my life, because everything was old and damaged and had emotional attachment to pain and suffering. Really? Yeah, there's still some stuff I just have to let go of that I keep from from the old world. Abundance comes to those who are in line with their passion and their calling, and are serving a wider need. And that's it too, is like I have what I need, so I don't have need, and my need from God is to give other people. And that's a great fucking place to be a spiritualist. Realistically, swear. Let me find out they have some, you know what I mean, we can have meetings at Sloan's Lake. That's an awesome place. See, that's where they have all kinds of get-togethers and shit. But the neighborhood, even passing out flyers and shit, it's very diversified. Really? Swear, that's what they don't have over there. It's not covered in churches in that neighborhood. It's not covered in that. These are young people with pubs and cool fucking, you know what I mean, and cool fucking dispensaries and this, that, and the other. Really? Yeah, it's a young business type. They rebuilt the area. You know what I mean? If we were on the other side of Colfax, be a little, Viva la Mexico and vamos a la iglesia kind of type shit. Seriously? Yeah, the high schools over there were Catholic schools. I found a Catholic and a Jewish high school over there. Really? Something Beth Jacobs? I was all looking at it, I was like, what? This is Jewish. I don't think we qualify. And it's all girls. My daughter is a they. This isn't gonna work. They will not fit in an all-girls school. Neither would I. Really? That's what I was doing. Afterwards, that's all that matters, is their future. I can make any place home. Is it going to be good for them? And that's what I'm talking about. Is this going to be a good place for them? Really? Yeah. Anyways, changing your thoughts, changing this, that, and the other. If you are unsatisfied with what you do, ask Archangel Metatron to inspire you with new ideas, new opportunities, and new motivation to create a new reality for yourself that better serves you. You just have to give it some thought and just work through the fears of why you think you can't do this. I hear a fucking fire alarm going on over there. Drawing this card implies that it's time for you to think big. Think big, bitch. To dream, to believe that anything is possible. I see Martin Luther King. I have a dream. These great men in history, they inspire me. They keep me going. It's their words. It's their dreams. It's their works that show us that it works. I'm doing great works, but they did it before me. And I'm here to carry on their work and teach others how to continue this type of work. Which is what? Egotism. Or just humanitarianism. If it's only your own fear that has prevented you or thwarted you up to now, oh, it is. Whatever your circumstance, whatever your history, Metatron calls you to create a new and refined you and what you are. And it's totally the 1212 portal. I was getting this download. I'm trying to hold something back because I said something and I want to keep the privacy of what I said, but it's not really. I'm just going to try to keep that to myself and try to. I'm going to try to move on. Come on, please. It's your own fear, and it's how you're telling yourself what it is. Right? It's only your own fear that has prevented you. And it's like, could you just think about it? Could you sit down and think about what you're afraid of and if that's even real? And that's because that's what you're telling yourself. Please don't make me say this. I can't not say this as much as I'd like to hold it back. Bobby sees me as he'll lose everything with me, right? And so I asked him, what will they do to you if they find out how much I love you? What is the price? What is this going to cost you? What is it? Not what will you lose, but seriously, what are they going to do to you if they found out that I loved you and what I wanted? I never said I wanted your money. I don't want you to build me a house. I just want to love you. What would they do to you for that? What's the penalty for someone wanting to love you? That's all I want to do. What are they going to take from you and use against you for me just wanting to love you? What's the cost? What's the penalty for my love for you? It changes the narrative, but it really is the truth. It's like, what does that mean? What is the world going to do to you if you let me love you? What if they found out? What if you just let me love you? What are they going to do to you? What is the cost for letting me love you? Will they take away, and that's what I said, I meant it though. It's like what? The cost is your firstborn son? You'll lose him because someone loves you? They'll hate you so much that someone fell in love with you and wants to love you that they'll take him away from you. They'll take both of them away from you because there's a girl out there that wants to love you. They'll make you pay because I love you more than they do, and all I want to do is spend time with you. They'll take your children away from you because I love you. Is it really like Ali's fucking religion and culture, where they'll really take away his money, take away his, you know what I mean? He won't be welcome in his country. He'll have to watch out for his religious factors trying to harm us. Is it really that real? Is that real cost for me to love you? What's your fucking parents gonna do, Russ? What is the cost for me to love you? What do you lose by a girl out there wanting to just be close and tell you how special you are and make you a better person? What will the world do to you for that? You have to pay because I love you, right? That's what this is. The world is going to make you pay because of the love that God has given me for you. It costs what? These women would literally take your children away from you because someone loves you? Is that how they are with anybody that shows you love? Is anybody allowed to love you? Or that's the consequence? Your friends aren't allowed to love you. No girl's allowed to love you. Nobody's allowed to have your time. Nobody's allowed to be close to you. The consequence is always you'll never see your son again. Either of them. Or is that really just your biggest fear in your mind? Is that really? Or do you tell yourself up with? I want to show you guys that, and it's a viable thought for sure. But in the justice system of the universe, would God do that to him just because I love him? I love him. Why should he lose everything just because of the love I want to give to him? I want nothing from him but to be happy with him. Why should he have to lose everything just for the feelings that we have when we're together? It seems like such an ancient love. Like when you say it like that, it's like those are the stories of romantic novels that ended terribly in the 1700s. No, it's the real life of real life of real life. And this type of love and this type of, pain and suffering goes on between two people all over the world. She loves him, but she's with him, and he's stuck in a marriage, and everybody is stuck in these arranged relationships, and nobody can be free to really love because of their color, because of their creed, because of how much money they make, because of their age, because of this one's fat, this one's black, that one's old, this one's young. You can't be with that person. It's not to say that we don't live in a real world where they would fucking totally take him to the cleaners, say you don't get, they take all of his paycheck and his children, and now he's stuck with just me and he misses his children. That's a real thought. I really had to fight that when I went to the court because they had already tried to take my children on so many occasions. I was so scared that because of my financial status and my current situation, I was not going to win this battle, and just because they were in a better position, I would lose my children to this. I didn't see the bigger picture of it was just unfair, and that God was always going to make sure that my children didn't leave because I was a good mother, and they were just out to fucking be bad. I thought about this when we had sex under the full moon. What cost? What if this really happened? What if they really found out? What if he ever told them? What if this really came true? Would it really happen? He'd lose his house for sure. He'd need a home. He needed a place outside of that place. And for God forbid, someone to help raise those children if they did this. So I started thinking about that, and I put myself in that very mature mindset. And that's where all of this came from. And I look at it, and it's like, is that really what God would call for? Do you think God would allow that to happen? In the name of love. It's not greed, it's not lust, it's not anything else. It's just love. Does the price of love cost everything? I don't know. We'll never know. You can't really know how angry and upset they would be that he's in love or someone else is in love with him. But you think about that on the outside, how bad that, you know what I mean? Someone that's supposed to care for you, and they find out that someone else loves you more and that you're in love with that person, that what that turns that person into. And we see it in these divorce courts, and it's really awful. Was it about cheating, or was it just about happiness? And I guess when you're all cleaned out like that, you're like, well, I still have the love I fought so hard for. And that love can build a new future, and it can build anything after it's all done. But how far will they make you pay for falling in love, or being in love, or someone being in love with you? What's the price of falling in love? It's like my parents would kill me. Like literally, like they'd kill you in the night, or they'd take everything away from you. I've seen parents do that before. They did that to my ex-husband. Yeah, I've seen that before. They would cut me off. All right, trust fund. Trust in God's funds. Or go back to, mommy and daddy's role. Shit like that. I just want to show you there's a lot of things keeping you back from freedoms. They're real, but are they? Will it really happen? It's a real possibility, and it's generated by logical explanation of what we've seen, how people act, and what people do. But where's God in all this? Look around you at your inner and outer world and assess what needs changing and altering. You have the power to do this now with your heart and mind. If you need to walk away from old, outworn situations that dull your spark and joy of life, seek out alternatives and be creative in your approach to doing so. Talk to others, expand your horizon, and visit new places to provide you with fresh impetus. What did I see? The botanical gardens. I haven't been there. I have no memory of ever being there. I drive by there all the time. Really? I have no memory of going to the botanical gardens. I know I must have went as a child at a field trip because I went to the Mint and we went to the Capitol building. I know I must have, but I don't have a memory of that. Confirmation. I need to create a memory of that. You were born with unique gifts, talents. You are being reminded that you have untapped skills. It may be time to take up a creative pursuit. Dancing. I love to dance. Singing, painting, designing. Whatever it is, do it with enthusiasm and success will follow. If you've forgotten what these gifts are, let Metatron remind you. They're having a talent show today at 5 o'clock. And what is my talent? This. I can't go show a bunch of kids this, but it is. What is my talent? My biggest talent is my ability to communicate with the divine. I can sit with you as an in-between between you and God. He gives me messages to give to you. He wants me to pour out love and knowledge and wisdom and understanding and forgiveness and happiness and hope and inspiration into you, no matter how long you sit in front of me. I do it with everyone. That's the love. He gives me messages. He brings me broken people, and he gives me an ability to bring them peace and hope, to change their minds so they can change their realities. Really? Yes. I'm feeling this urge to get off of here. Why? Well, I haven't had a meal, and I got all pretty, but I forgot to put, I didn't forget. I just haven't put a face on yet. When all of this happened, I felt this huge urge of, I just want to lay down. I'm so tired. What is it? It's a release. That literally your body just wants to fall. It's like, dude, I've waited so long for this moment. I've given birth to a new idea. I'm so tired now. I can rest. I can rest easy knowing that it's almost done. A couple quick pushes and my new life is here. Really? Tomorrow I go and collect money from taxes. I got my paycheck today. I'm going to fix my taxes and get more money. I've got to get a new car, just like God said. I'm going to get this new computer just to show God my faithfulness. I know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. Keep it in the box or let my son fuck with it. Something like that. Really? I've got a new life to start real soon. I know you guys are excited about Christmas, but I have a new life on New Year. It's very... I'm not going to lie. I'm very scared right now. Not about anything but this new man. This relationship is real. I'm not going to pretend like I don't want it and I'm not seeing it, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to push it away this time. I don't want to start this life without the promise. And the only thing stopping it is me. I really want this new relationship with my new life. I'm not saying I want to move a man into my new house. That's not what that means. I want the new relationship to come with the new life and the new everything. I want someone there with me for this. I want to share this with someone. My new experience. I'm scared of that because that's what I'm putting out, and I'm going to get it because that's what I want. I'm being honest and true. My deepest, darkest shadow. I've gotten everything I want. I have my future. I have everything I have to be. I want that. I don't want babies right away, please, and thank you. But I want to start something that'll last forever. Or at least for like until you die. I might live longer than you, but I promise I won't die before you. Okay, wait, that's not true. I died twice in this life. I come back. Just stick it out. I promise. It's just like a 3-day thing. It's like a hall pass. Just mourn, and then I'll be right back. Really? Yeah, it's in the prophecy. Don't put too much thought in it. I don't. No, there's that thing that happens. They kill me, but I come back to life. And then after that, we're all protected, because now they're really scared. They were scared before. Now they're really scared. Really? Yeah. But fame and fortune, we change the world and just have a happy family to ourselves. Yeah, I have a lot to do, but you don't have to do it all. Just be there with the doing. God will give you your calling as to how you can help do the gifts He's given you to be part of this grand new world. Really? Yeah. I'm scared about it. It's the only thing I'm scared about now. I've eliminated a lot of fears. It's the only thing. Are you ready for this now? I have to be ready and open and honest about this. Alright, if you've forgotten what those gifts are, let Metatron remind you. He knows all that you are capable of and more. I mean, I could sing. I could totally go down there and do karaoke tonight. I could sing and dance for sure. If I ever remembered my songs or how to access them, I could sing my own songs, put on my own show. Really? Yeah, I remember that too. I saw that post. I had made that song to Bobby. What happened? A lot. I can't remember it all. It all happened so fast. I started writing songs to him. Really? Yeah, there was a few. I just remember. Oh God. Memories are great. We're going down memory lane. Let's move on to let's create new memories, shall we? New songs, new dances. I can relive some of those memories, but come on now. Alright, this is a great space to be. I spent 45 minutes on this. There's another card that goes with it, but I feel like if I start that, I'm going to show you why. I'm not going to go with you on this. I have to have a lunch, and I have to ground this energy. I'm full of a lot right now, and that's where it's all coming from. Really? Yeah. Okay, so through my sacred geometry cards that I bought a year before I ever met Metatron, really, Yeah, I got him on, that's another story. I'm having the memory. I got him on Facebook Marketplace, and I showed up at this lady's place in Littleton, and there was a fucking hawk on top of her apartments. True story? True story. All right, give me a minute. I didn't start understanding him until this year, and that's where it is God doesn't give you the understanding until much later. All right, so there's the seed of life, and that's where you can see in Mother. All right, now you can see this, right? It's like this and like this and like that. Shut up. Fucking chill till the next episode. That's really the coolest part about me. Really? Yeah, my ability to communicate with the other side. Okay, there's the fruit of life. This is where it gets fruitful. Your life becomes very fruitful. Going back to Metatron's cube, right? This is the when they come together. This is the magic, bro. I tapped into it. When you come into union with your twin flame, you have to understand though, if you're in your mind, it's just like two people. But if you're in the flow, it was something different. Really? Yeah. I'd seen this, I'd seen this, how this organically happens in a spiritual form when I was in Marshall's energy. I was trying to explain to him, do you know what happens when the triangles align? If we were to come together, I saw what would happen. I experienced it with Bobby though. I saw it, but not fully. And it's hard to be that way. It's because when you're... they're explaining to me. It's like what happens when I'm with him. I'm engulfed in the experience because it's like I've never had this experience before. Again, I don't have any memories of being around him, so it's a suffocating experience, an overwhelming experience that I'm witnessing happen within me. Some of the thoughts, more of the feelings, and just listening to the words that come out of me. Just what happens when we come together. I watch body language, mine, his, and what comes out, and all of this. So I'm engulfed in the experience to where I'm not outside of it. And that's good word, engulfed. That's what happened when I went and I ended up giving him a blowjob. I'm like so engulfed in it, and then all of a sudden I want to see this from outside of me, what I'm doing. So I step outside of myself to see what we look like. I can astral project myself outside of myself to see myself and what's really happening between us. Not just the action, but what it looks like on the bigger screen. So I see it, and I try to put myself back into my body, and I choke on his dick. Really bad. I have to throw up. Seriously, I don't know if I've ever done that before. And it was like, stay in the moment. Don't ever do that again. Really? Yeah, I choked. It was a funny thing, but that's what happened. I tried to see it from a spiritual perspective rather than just being in the moment and feeling what was happening. But I was in it and feeling it, and then I closed my eyes and stepped out of it. And now I could see us and the whole thing of what I was, what was causing this and what it looked like from outside. Really? Yeah. All right, so last time, this is so very personal. I was outside of myself while it was happening. Really? Mostly. And so it's kind of hard to be in two worlds of it. And that's why I experience all of this spiritual rather than the physical. I mean, I experienced the physical sensation, but I experienced a spiritual sensation more because I was in the spiritual when it was happening rather than just in my body experiencing what was happening. I was outside of my body getting the wisdom of the experience under the fucking full moon. Yeah, it was a great show. Really? Sorry. That's what that picture talks about. Accessing the full cube. Really? Yeah, I access my own, but when you align the two, then it sends off a certain energetic field. And that's why when we connect, Russ can hear us, but he's not the only one. That's what he doesn't understand. Why does Russ hear it? Because he loves me the most. How do you like those fucking words? He shares the most love with me than anybody else. Really? Mm-hmm. He loves me the most. Isn't it obvious? That's how he can travel with me through all areas of my life, is through that love. So when I'm in the highest level of love, he can feel something's going on. He can feel my energy. God showed me that when I'm in my lowest level, when I'm crying, he can sense it. When I'm in the dark night of the soul and I'm hurting real bad, he can sense it on his side. He knows something's wrong with me. How strong are mine? Not that strong, to be honest. I used to be able to know every single one of their frequencies. What does that mean? Different ringings in my ear. Different ringings on different ears I knew was different people. Not anymore. That was when I was in their frequencies. Now it's surprising if I hear them, except for Bobby's. Ever since I met up with Bobby, his runs down my spine. It's not in my ear. It's a static inside of my body. Really? Yeah. He lives within me. Really? Yeah. I'm serious. And sometimes it gets louder. And then it's just always there, though. It's been there since I saw him under the full moon. It has not left at all. So then the other day when I was talking to him, in the middle of talking to him, I hear this unbelievably loud ping. And since I'm talking to him, I'm assuming that his mind is going off, that he's sending off this signal. Hell no. It's Russ. The loudest fucking frequency. There's these loud ones that come in, though, that are real deep. They sound like sound bowls, and I don't recognize those. I've never heard those before. That's somebody new. That's a new frequency that's running through me that I've never accessed before. But typically, yeah, I know, I can feel them. Like, I'll get a feeling, and then I'll be like, what is that? And I'll get their image. You have to understand how it works. Your intuition is all about feelings and images put together. It's a language. So all of this, as you see, is an evolution, right? You have the seed, which becomes the flower, which becomes the fruit, right? Depending on you can see Metatron's cube sticking out, particularly in those ones, and that's what I was trying to show you. All of this comes from what? Well, we just read about this, and it started there. Am I going to read all these? No, I told you I'm going to go have lunch and plan my life out. What I need to do is go get a great offering. Oh, where's the sun? Oh, I already knew that. I have this beautiful trench coat that I bought. Really? I didn't buy it. I got it. It was a funny thing. When I got it out of donations. I went in with red, and it's this fucking... I'm wearing this cool... It's a cool olive green and pink coloring. And the trench coat is green and shit. So I just look too cool, dude. As I walked down, people were hating. And anyways, they have me set up for a whole fucking ritual. They have me dressed up and set up to go out and do a whole ritual. I need to go over and get some offerings. I need to get the best cheese, and I need to get the best fish, and I need to get all this shit to give to God, and I need to get my herbs and oils and candles and go have a ritual. When the sun sets, usually around, it can be anywhere from like 4 to fucking whenever I get the fuck over there and do the shit. What do I do out there? Just receive information. I send out smoke signals and I receive information, which is what? Inspiration. Didn't you hear that? They give me visions, and I create it in my mind. And it comes out my mouth, and then, voila. Really? Have you not been paying attention? But that's where it is. Again, going back to it, everyone wishes they could do what I do. They don't get where the visions come from and what they're powered by. I can say this a billion times. They're not my ideas. They're given to me by a higher source. All I have to do is believe in them, speak in them, and take a little bit of action. But it's not shit that I think of. I would have never thought of this. That was not my idea. I never think like that. I never thought of it before. You're like, why didn't you think of that? Because I don't think like that. That's what it means, to have higher perceptions and to be guided, to have visions, to be... I'm going to start doing in-person readings and teachings in my new location. Really? Yeah, I got a lot of shit to do. Let's start with lunch before I start packing and fucking doing all that. It's going to happen fast. Oh, I want to end on this note. Last night, I saw Homegirl. I told you, Homegirl came out and she's like, you want to smoke? She gave me so much weed and a wrap. I haven't wrapped, and that's what I said, I haven't rolled a wrap in years. Let's see if I can still do this. Really? While she rolled 2, I was over there with my 1, and I still had a big-ass bud left over, so I put the bud down, and I'm sitting there puffing on this. I smoke like, guys, I have like a 1-hitter, and then I'll smoke a joint and hit it once and let it go out 500 times. Like, I don't smoke like this. So I'm like pretending like I'm a hardcore smoker with her, and these are really good bud. And again, we're talking, and I was like, you know, I haven't seen Tasha. She's like, I ain't seen her. I was like, damn, she must have got put out. And I told her the story. I was like, they tried to put me out last week. She said, girl. I told her the whole story. She's like, that's crazy. I was like, it's crazy. Right? I told her I hadn't seen Tasha. I was like, it's been like a week. Guess who I saw this morning when I got out of my car? Fucking Tasha. She's like, girl. She was telling B all this stuff. She's like, look what they did for her. So they put her up in the extended stay for a couple weeks. I lived at one. I know they're cool because I paid for one last, what was it? I don't know, 2023. I was living in one when we moved out of the townhome. I was staying in one in Lakewood, paying for it every day. And they put for a couple weeks, and I was like, she's like, I'm staying there until I get my move date where I got it all set up. She's like, yeah, she got set up through Jewish Family Services just like you. I was like, that's straight. I was like, I knew you was gone. I was talking about you yesterday. She's like, girl, they put me out. I was like, what'd they put you out for? She's like, girl, I pulled the fire hydrant, my kid. I was like, oh my God, that was you? She's like, that was me, girl. I was like, what happened? I was like, first off, let me tell you, I made videos about that shit, and I thought it was fucking genius. That was genius. She's like, what was I supposed to do? Go knocking on everybody's door? I was scared for my life. I was like, that was genius. She's like, yeah, but I got a ticket and they put me out. She was in her car drinking, bro, which she does. And her toddler came out of the room and went into someone else's room and went to sleep. And B's like, how the fuck does that happen? I was like, she's like, they leave their doors open. And it's true. I got people on my floor, and sometimes before they fix this whole fucking circulation problem, we used to have the door open all the time. I would just hang the curtain across it. But I have neighbors on my floor, they keep a trash can between to keep their door propped at all times. All during the night, all during the day, they sleep with their door open. You shouldn't have to worry about shit like that in here, but yeah, a toddler could easily just walk in. She said I couldn't find him, so she was the one that did it that night. She was in her car. She said somebody had just died, and I've heard that 3 times already. Lots of people have died, dude. I'm telling you, I haven't checked on Dre, but I think Dre said goodbye. Who, Dr. Dre? Nah, there was this guy, part of the Denver rap scene and shit. I talked to, my spirit brought him to him a few weeks ago, saying he was he was facing the end of life. I think he died over Thanksgiving, and that's where a lot of these people did go. They gave thanks, and that was it. Really? Yeah, terribly sad. But anyway, she said she was in her car, and she lost track of time, and she was drinking, and she came back in, and she couldn't find him, and she panicked, and she was the one that pulled the fucking alarm that morning. And she's like, they couldn't find him either. But I thought it was a genius. But anyway, she got kicked out, and Jewish Family Services put her in a hotel, and then they got her into housing right away. She's moving up to sort of by where, what the fuck is her name? Fucking, Morgan moved. So that was cool. I saw her today. Really? Yeah, you speak of the devil. That's what I told her. Speak of the devil. I was talking about you last night. And I told her, too, over and over, that was a genius move, dude. That was smart. How do you get everybody out? How do you find somebody in a crowd, bro? Pull the fucking... she got a $5,000 ticket. It wasn't that smart, but it was smart. In the moment of panic, bro, what I thought what she did, and I made a video about it. It's like, that was smart, bro. She didn't know where her baby was. It's somewhere in the building. How do you get everyone to open, how do you wake everyone up and get them to come out? That was pretty smart, bro. Got her in trouble, though. Anyways, we'll make another video about this when I get back to this. What is it? The beginning of life. The seeds of new life and watching it grow, planting new seeds. When do we do that? Well, we're supposed to be doing it on the new moon, but something, I didn't see this coming. I knew 12/12 was here, but I didn't have intuitional guidance to do anything about this day until I watched how it took off yesterday and how it built up to today and what comes after today. Today is a very powerful tower. I can't say that it's any more powerful in your life, but I'm telling you that if you embrace the tower on this day, you can create something magnificent. And I didn't have the previous intuitional knowledge or wisdom to prepare you to know how important today was. I didn't know that. I didn't know how important today was and what it would mean spiritually until we get there. But I looked at my Facebook, you know what I mean, memories, and I can see it was important every time. This is an important day. So if you want to have something new, you have to let go of something old. And today, if you do it, it would be honored at the highest level because of the energy that's ripe for it. Really? Yeah, there's not instant portal days like that throughout the whole year, but this is a big one. Like, you get a week of this type of shit before, maybe 2 weeks of shit before the 818 gate. They call it the Lion's Gate, and they think it's at 808. That's not true. But you have like 2 weeks from the 808 to the 818. Felt like I was about to rhyme right there. Yeah, that's in a rap song for sure. Not my song. It's a rap. Holy spirits, they're so creative. You can do a lot. You can do massive growth during that time where if you just make little changes, it'll make big sacrifices. It's like, damn, you only came in with, you know, fucking 10 dimes, but if you give up those 10 dimes, bro, it's bigger than giving up everything till you got here. Really? This is one of those days. One drop in the bucket can really turn the faucet on. Really? I guess so. As I hear that, I hear the bell ringing. Let me give you the solar plexus to do that. I hear that Salvation Army bell ringing. It's the frequency of your solar plexus is to give you confidence to make that decision and trust and believe that it's going to grow. You have to have the understanding of why you're doing it. Teach your mind that this is how it works and keep reinforcing to your mind this does work. And now the mind learns the process of manifestation. It's all by the discipline of the mind and telling the mind that this will work and taking the action to make sure that it works. And if it doesn't, understanding that it was about learning the process. Wax on, wax off. I'm not learning karate. You're learning karate. I'm not learning alchemy. You're learning alchemy. Really? Yeah. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you later, haters. Laters to the haters. Become a lover, not a hater.